Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So what I thought I would do today is do this galaxy pour that I seen by Sunfire Designs. I was watching one of her videos today and I seen her do this and it was so pretty. So I want to give it a try. I've mixed up 200 gram of resin. I think I've got like 210, so 7 ounces of resin. It's probably a little too much for this mold. I love this mold though. So let's measure out our resins. First I want to do 45 gram in here. I hope mine turns out. I don't have the resin or the inks that she used, so I'm going by what I have. I have the mold she used, but I like this mold. It's one of my favorites. So that's why I'm doing it in this. Resins all can give you a different result, as well as the shape of the mold can give different results. Okay. Got 45 there. Next we are doing 35 for this one. Okay. 35. Then we're going to do 30. Okay. There's 30. And then we're going to do another 40. This one's going to be for our white. Okay. And 40. Then we got what's left, which should be 50, but I've got 60 because, like I said, I did just a little bit more. Okay. Now, I'm going to take the first one and I'm going to do blue. I've got Dr. P.H. Martin's acrylic ink, and I'm going to do 4 drops. Oh, this is that one that 1, 2, 3, 4. You can hear it crunch up in the little plunger squeezy part. I don't know if some's got up in there and dried out or what's going on. And then we're just going to mix this up here. We want all these to be transparent. We don't want them to be too dark. Too dark and you won't see your white. So the design will be hidden. Different inks are different. Some are more pigmented than others. So I'm just hoping mine turns out. Even though it looks dark in the cup, you can see it's really transparent. I don't want any streak. So make sure you scrape your stick and really mix this stuff up. Okay. There's our blue. The next one I'm going to do is 3 drops, and I'm going to use the violet. The first one was turquoise blue. I'm using similar colors to what she had, but not the same color. 1, 2, 3. Like I said, I don't have the brands that she used. I don't have the resin that she used. So I don't know if this will turn out or not, but if it does, it's going to be pretty. And if it doesn't, hopefully it'll be pretty anyways with different design. Purple's transparent too. You can see on the cup. If I raise it up, you can see through there. Do the same thing. Scrape all that color off that stick. So we don't want streaky. Scrape the sides of your cup because color likes to stick to the sides. Okay. The next one, we are going to do mica powder, and I'm going to do Grandma's Garden. This is by Art Tree Creations because I love this color. I think she had more of a teal looking color, but I love this color. I don't want it too heavy because, you know, mica powder can be too heavy in a piece, and then it'll all sink to the bottom and you won't see a design. And we really want to mix this up very well. Start slowly so you don't have your mica powder floating around everywhere. And I did use I'll show you what resin I used. Hey Clear resin. It is a 1:1 by volume. I do mine by weight. So I did 100 part B and 110 part A. Part A does way more than part B. So you always need a little more of it. And I've never had any issues with my pieces curing when I do that. If you ever watch Pouring Your Heart Out, some of her older videos, she had a chart that she would post before her videos. And it told you how to weigh different resins, 1:1, 2:1, 3:1, by weight instead of volume. And I have never had it fail on me. I always use her chart. I don't want any clumpy pieces of mica powder floating around. Okay, we'll leave that sit. Now, the only thing I do have that she did use was the Ocean White by Let's Resin. So I know this will be exactly what she had. Now, how big of drops she made, I don't know. 1, 2. She only used 2. I think that's kind of light. I may end up adding more, because this isn't even enough that you would use for a bloom. But then if I go off, because she only used 2, I'll just leave it with the 2. And if it doesn't turn out, then next time I can add more. I don't want a streaky white either, so then you can see it's very transparent. Okay, now clear. I'm going to use magenta. I'm going to do 3 drops. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be our push at the end. So you don't need it very heavy. And I'm not going to add any extra, even though I have 10 grams of resin more than what she had, just because I think this is a good enough color. At least this resin doesn't stink. And if y'all hear a noise, that's the fan. It's like really warm in here. And I do have double circulation. I've got a window in front of me. I've got a door behind me that is open. I've got the fan pulling that stuff out, and I have a air purifier in here. Okay, there's my push. I'm going to move all of this out of the way that I don't need at the moment. And this is just a dump pour, I guess you could say, because that's all you do. It's very simple. Doesn't mean it's going to turn out for me. I'm just popping a few of these little bubbles. I did put this in the bubble remover. I have the Resiners Air Pro bubble remover that I use, and I love that. It works awesome. Alright, let's just dump this blue in the center. And I am going to use all of it. I really love this mold. This mold is like pouring your heart out. And she has an Easter sale going on right now. I think all of her molds on eBay are 10% off. I just ordered a bunch more yesterday. Some of her new ones, because I've got about all of the old ones. There's still some I don't have. But I really like them. I think they are gorgeous. They're made very well. They really hold up. And they're thick, not a thin mold. Alright. Let me clean that off. Okay. My hair is getting in my face, even though I have it pulled up. Then we just dump our purple in. Oh no! We weren't supposed to dump. Now see how I am? You're supposed to spiral. And I dumped it. Well, I just screwed this one up. Oh well. We'll spiral the rest of them. Who knows what we'll get. I guess that just means I'll have to do it again. What a shame. Even though I've got the paper written down in front of me, exactly how to do this, I should have looked at it. I wasn't thinking. I get so excited to try something new that I don't really pay attention to what I'm supposed to do, which I need to. Okay, I just want to give that another little swirl because that is mica powder. Okay. I'm going to pop a few of those bubbles that come up. Alright, now we're going to do this one the right way. Start from the outside and do like you would a balloon. And just spiral it around. And go back toward the center. I'm going to try to get it up in those little nooks. Okay. Now what's left in the cup, we're just going to scrape this out into the center. Okay. Clean that one off. Now the white, we're going to do the same way. We are going to start in the center and just swirl it around. And then go back to the center. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing with the white. I'm going to scrape all of this out, what's left, right into the center. Didn't leave me much room for my push, so I'm going to have to be very careful. Okay. Let me clean this stick off. Now, our push. Let me see if I can get the heat down in there. There we go. Now this, we just need to dump quickly and hopefully not overfill our mold. Awesome. We killed it all. So, 210. Perfect. I'm just going to scrape the rest of this out. And I'm going to turn this cup upside down over here so that it can drain. And let's wipe off this stick. Okay. I'm going to pop a few bubbles here. Now let's put a center in here. Blues and purples would be really pretty. Do I have some blues and purples? I don't like that. Let's do a little of this Lucky Green Fine Glass Glitter from Laura's Art Corner. I'm going to put a little of that in there. This light blue and silver. Put a little bit of that. I've got a couple of these little purple stones. And some of these little mini glass beads. A few of those. And some of these little dark blue bubbles. Just a few. Okay. Now, my center's already closed on me. So I'm going to, I don't want to mess with my design, but I want those to okay. Just give it a little swirl. Alright guys, that's it. I hope that center turns out good. All right. Another little porch. All right, guys, we'll just leave that alone. I believe this side's a little higher than the other, but it seems to be staying. It looks about the same, I believe. I can't tell. I really think this side's just a little higher. I'm going to put a stick under there just to try to prop it up just a little bit. All right, guys, fingers crossed that this turns out really pretty. It looks pretty on this side so far. Don't know how it'll look on the other side, but we'll see, won't we? Yeah, that looks level. I hope this turns out. I really like the shimmer of the mica powder in there. All right, guys, we'll let this cure up. We'll come back and I'll see you for the demold. I'll see you guys then. Hey guys, so this is ready to demold. Before I do this, I've got to tell you, I've already demolded this piece because if you've seen any of my videos, you will notice that I might have told you that my phone crashed. So I lost a few of my videos. A few of them that I lost were me demolding the pieces, but I was able to save the rest of the video. So we're going to demold this so that we can have it to add to make the video complete. All right. It's really pretty. The mica powder was really heavy, which I thought it would. It did work. And it's still pretty. I just didn't want the mica powder so heavy. But I love this mold. I wish she'd make it in a tray mold. This is so pretty. All right, guys. I'll see you back for the next video.